about the upcoming March on Washington. The event called Commitment March, Get Your Knee Off Our Neck, is still planning to go full steam ahead, but with some safety measures, increased COVID-19 restrictions in the district. Michael Quander has been on top of this story for us. So Michael, I know a lot of people are interested, wanted to go, have friends coming in town. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Reese, you're right. A lot of people planning to come in town for that. Well, I can tell you that this week the mayor put out a mandatory 2-week quarantine order for anyone traveling from a COVID-19 hotspot. We can tell you that we were all wondering, how will this affect the March on Washington? And I can tell you that no matter who you ask, sometimes it can get pretty confusing. But so far, here's what we know. All right, for this story, our sources are D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and the National Action Network, or NAN. They're the organizers of the Get Your Knee Off Our Necks March, which is happening on August 28th. On Monday, Mayor Bowser put out a list of 27 states considered high risk. That means anyone traveling from these hotspots are now required to self-quarantine for 14 days after their arrival in the district.
Be there from around the country.
Despite the new restrictions, NAN announced yesterday that the march is still going down, but there will be some restrictions and enhanced safety measures. Organizers say they'll be handing out face masks, checking temperatures, and one thing that stands out in the list is that organizers will be restricting access to buses from states or cities that are COVID-19 hotspots.
They are aware of all of the local guidance.
But it was pretty difficult getting a straight answer from the mayor about how the restrictions might affect the march and people coming to attend.
So, Mayor, how does this affect your travel advisory?
It doesn't.
So that is meaning you're basically encouraging, saying that people should be quarantined for 2 weeks to go?
If the travel advisory is in effect on August 28th.
So you're saying if people are coming to this march, they need to quarantine in D.C. 2 weeks before participating?
No, I didn't say that. What I said is if there are people who would be coming from jurisdictions that are on that list, right, they would need to be quarantined.
They have to be here 2 weeks before they march?
I mean, if you want to do that, if that's your calculation. I didn't say that. Let me be clear.
Tell me what is clear.
I'm done there. Thank you.
Okay, so despite that bizarre interaction between the mayor and that reporter there during that press conference, we can tell you that we do know that if travel restrictions are still in place at the time the march happens, someone traveling from one of those COVID-19 hotspots will have to quarantine for 14 days once they arrive in the district. And as of right now, that means that they would have to get to D.C. and isolate by August the 13th. So they better get their bags packing, Reese. We can tell you that it is worth noting that if the that list that the mayor puts out is updated every 2 weeks.